It was around 9:15 p.m. when the doorbell rang. I'd just put away the dinner plates and was settling in for a quiet evening when the chime echoed through the house. My son, Noah, had gone to the mall earlier with my wife, Claire, and her mother. I assumed they were home any minute, but when I opened the door, everything changed. A police officer stood there, holding Noah by the hand. My son's cheeks were wet with tears, his Spider-Man hoodie half-zipped and stained at the sleeve. His little fists clung tightly to the officer's pant leg like it was the only solid thing in the world. "Mr. Sanders?" the officer asked. I nodded, the air suddenly too thin to breathe. "We found your son wandering alone in the parking lot outside Evergreen Mall," he said, his voice gentle but edged with concern. "Security called us. He seemed scared and disoriented. Couldn't find his mother or grandmother." My knees nearly gave out. I dropped to one knee and pulled Noah into my arms. He trembled like a leaf. "I'm so sorry," I whispered, rocking him, more to myself than to anyone else. As soon as the officer left, I sat Noah on the couch, gave him some juice, and grabbed my phone. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely unlock it. Claire answered on the third ring, her voice light and breezy. "Hey, babe, what's up?" "You lost our son," I said, voice low, trembling with fury. "He was found by the police in the parking lot, alone, scared." For a moment, there was silence. Then, to my disbelief, Claire laughed. "Oh, come on. He was probably just trailing behind us. We didn't even notice." I stared at the phone, stunned. "You didn't notice?" I repeated. In the background, I heard her mother cackling. "Drama king," her mother muttered. "We were only gone a minute." My jaw clenched so tight it hurt. "Don't come home tonight," I said flatly and hung up. I stood in the living room for a long time, watching Noah sleep curled up on the couch, still in his shoes. The image of him alone in that huge parking lot kept flashing through my mind, and something inside me cracked. Not just from what happened but from the realization that this wasn't a mistake. It was a pattern. Claire had changed in the last year. She'd become careless, cold. She snapped at Noah for being too clingy, brushed me off when I asked for quality time. Her phone was always face down, passwords changed, late nights blamed on work, and a growing disinterest in everything that used to hold us together. I tried not to go down the rabbit hole, but tonight, I let myself fall. After Noah was asleep, I sat in bed with her tablet. She never used it anymore and forgot to log out of everything. It didn't take long. Messages, photos, voice notes. A man named Tyler. Frequent, intimate, bold. Conversations dating back nearly 8 months. "I can't wait to see you again tonight. I told Dan I was working late. Your hands on me in the elevator. I thought I was going to lose it. Don't forget the hotel key this time." I booked the suite. I stared at the screen, blinking hard. A cold nausea swept over me. Every late night, every dismissed conversation, every weird shift in her tone, they weren't in my head. They were real. And then, the part that made me want to throw the tablet across the room. A thread from a week ago. Claire sent a picture of me playing with Noah in the yard. Her caption, "He's so domestic. Sometimes I wonder how I lasted this long without losing my mind." Tyler replied, "Because you had me." Then a wink emoji. I didn't sleep that night. Instead, I made a plan. The next day, I took Noah to daycare, then called my lawyer friend Justin. He'd handled my cousin's divorce last year and knew how to keep things quiet. I gathered every piece of evidence, screenshots, downloads, even copies of hotel receipts I pulled from her email. Then I opened a separate bank account, transferred my direct deposits, froze the joint credit card. Quiet, precise, efficient. Claire came home the next day like nothing happened. She gave me a half-hearted apology, blamed her mom, blamed the mall, even tried to blame Noah for running off. I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I just watched and waited. A week later, Claire announced she was going on a business trip. Said it was for a client meeting across state. She looked me dead in the eyes and lied with the kind of ease only a seasoned cheater could master. That night, I dropped Noah off at my sister's. Then I drove 2 hours to a hotel she didn't know I knew about. Room 317. I watched them from my car. Tyler arrived first. Claire joined him 20 minutes later, wearing the same coat she told me she donated months ago. I didn't confront them. I didn't cause a scene. I just took the final pictures I needed. The last nail in the coffin. The next morning, Claire returned. Like nothing happened. She hugged Noah, kissed me absent-mindedly, and went to shower. When she came back, her bags were packed by the door. "What's this?" she asked, blinking. "You need to leave," I said calmly. "I know about Tyler. I know about all of it. The mall incident, losing our son, that was your final strike." She started to talk. Excuses, tears, anger. I handed her a folder. Divorce, papers, custody documents, evidence, dates, times, screenshots. She turned pale. "You wouldn't." "I would," I said. "And I am." Her mother called, yelling into the phone. I told her I had no interest in talking to the woman who laughed about losing my child. I gave Claire 1 hour to leave. She tried to plead, but I didn't budge. When she was gone, I sat down beside Noah. He was building something with blocks, humming to himself. He looked up. "Mommy not coming back?" "Not right now, buddy," I said softly. "But I'm here. Always." He smiled and went back to his blocks, and for the first time in a long time, I felt peace. I lost my wife, but I found clarity, and I would never, ever let my son be second to anyone again.